Welcome back to day 24 of the 100 horror films in 31 days. Got in four films. First up, 1988's Party Line. This was directed by Will Webb, who I don't think has any other credits, and stars Leif Garrett, who he basically this is kind of another version of 976 Evil, except it's a serial killer type deal where two sisters lure married men through a party line phone to their deaths, and they slash their throats. Um, this I think this film is pretty famous for. It's an independent, low budget film, late '80s. Uh, if you ever wondered whether Leif Garrett, now some people may not even know who Leif Garrett is. Basically, he was a teen rock star back when I was he was in the early '80s, late '70s. He was kind of a teen heartthrob. If you ever wondered whether Leif Garrett could act, I think this movie answers your question. The answer is no. Um, the film has an interesting premise. Of course, it's playing along the lines of the popularity of these 976 numbers that were just all the rage back in the '80s. The kills are pretty decent, but again, the film was let down, seriously let down by the acting of Leif Garrett. But you know, it does give you a taste of middle late '80s what LA looked like. Nightclubs and that nightclub scene looked like. Of course, Vinegar Syndrome did a great job with this release, as they do with all theirs. All right, next up, 1981's Galaxy of Terror. Roger Corman, directed by a guy named Bruce Clark. Now, this film has Sid Haig in it, and the production design was done by James Cameron. Basically, what you've got here is it was actually, it's an alien ripoff. I hate to use that term, but basically, you've got a synthetic. Remember the face hugger and Alien? Basically, you got this synthetically created monster. They created this monster with the idea of resolving what is known as a galactic foods shortage. I'm not sure how the monster, not quite sure how the monster played into a food shortage, but the monster mutates and starts killing off the scientists. There's a famous scene in here where you've got a worm that devours this girl, and she's basically having worm sex. And apparently, she didn't want. O'Donnell was the lady that did it, the actress. She didn't want to do the scene, so Roger Corman hired a body double and shot the scene himself. That's a little tidbit. This is a great movie. I mean, I love it. It's low budget, but the production values were great. I don't know how much impact really James Cameron had, but they got a lot out of what little money they had, and maybe it's a testament to the fact of James Cameron and his talents. But it's a great movie, 7.5 out of 10. And then a companion piece to Galaxy of Terror's Forbidden World from '82. I love this one just as much. It was also titled Mutant, directed by a guy named Alan Holtzman. Um, this one. This one's very similar. I mean, it's got cheesier well, you can see the monster here. It's a cheesier monster. Basically, you've got, this is almost kind of like um, invisible invaders in a way. You've got these people, including Sid Haig, that are on this planet, and they're being attacked by something that just appears out of nowhere. Uh, Great sets, very much analogous to Alien. Uh, but yeah, very much. Both these films, Galaxy of Terror and Forbidden Planet, are just '80s cheese. Great stuff. I love them. Give them an 8 out of 10. These steelbooks are nice, by the way. I'm not a huge fan of steelbooks, but I thought Scream Factory did a good job. This has got a slew of special features. And then finally, back to Val Lewton, finishing up this box set with Seventh Victim. This was Mark Robeson. I talked about Mark Robeson yesterday. This is his directorial debut. And this film is an occult satanic worship film. And basically, the group gets outed by this woman, and they decide that the woman needs to die. You know, the woman has a kind of suicidal tendencies anyway. The ending of this, it's shocking in its low keyness. It's very downplayed, kind of just abruptly ends. But man, it packs a punch. Even for 1943 or whenever this came out, it was very, very well. It's just a shocking, great ending. I mean, and once again, you've got a great atmospheric, moody Val Lewton film with probably the best ending of all the Val Lewton films, in my opinion. Seventh Victim. Look out for Hugh Beaumont in this, who was the father for In My Three Sons. I think he did that. All right, that's going to do it for day 24. Thanks for watching.